Alright, so if you're new to the game, um, it reminds me a lot of Scrolls. Kind of Scrolls mixed in with the usual strategy games. Oops, forgot you only have two actions. Um, it's pretty fun. This is probably my 7th or 8th game. I haven't played it much. Basically, each turn you get a certain amount of actions. That can increase from what I've seen based on uh, certain cards. And then it goes in 3 phases, if you see it down here. Morning, I think it's, I don't know, afternoon, evening? Morning, night. I'm gonna have to double check. Like I said, I haven't really played it much. Really fun though, it's a really interesting game. It's got strategy based on placement of your creatures on the hexes and where you place your prairies and lands. The goal, as you can see, is to destroy the opponent's health. They have 20. As you can see the cards here, the 2 gold is gold cost, the 2 blue is Faeria cost, and then the 2 blue lands are lakes that you have to play in order to play the card. And what I need is a creature. That's not helpful. Well, that might be. Okay, yeah, it goes morning, evening, night is the cycles down here. And that matters based on some creatures. Some creatures you can only play during morning, night. Some events only happen during the morning. You see these bubbles down here in each of the corners, that's the Faeria. And like I said, that 2 blue costs 2 Faeria. If you see it in the middle there, that's the cost. And you can only pick that up with creatures or certain items. Each turn you can only play 1 prairie, and then you're limited to 1 land type. For example, I'm trying to play this monk here. I need 3 gold and 2 deserts to play him. And I currently have 1 desert, 6 gold. Place a second desert, and I'll drop him. Hovering over him, power 2 against orbs, what that means is he becomes a 3-2 when attacking the enemy orb. And of course he's got some text. Whenever he dies, I gain 1 Faeria. I need to... That's actually really helpful. But yeah, like I was saying, a really, really interesting game. I'm going to post the Kickstarter here on my stream. If anyone's interested in making a purchase. What does he have here? 1 energy, 1 Faeria. Your opponent loses 1 life and 1 Faeria. Interesting. So what he can do with this card is pay 1 energy, and you gain energies each turn. Think of it as like a move action. The little lightning bolt symbol, that green one and the green highlight, is the move action. in order to collect Faeria with a creature, I can either select them and select the tile, or I could create a prairie and then move them there, and he'll collect the adjacent Faeria or Faeria. These miners back here, he can basically spend a turn. Instead of moving, he'll gain 1 gold if he occupies a mountain, which he does, he occupies 2. I haven't really found out what each color's strong suit or weakness is. It seems green is more beefy creatures. This red here are more chaotic. They're more aggressive. Blue seems to be more control. As you can see, I've got this card here that allows me to move a hex and a creature on it anywhere, an adjacent hex. Haste creatures, buffs, card draw. Feels the same as Magic the Gathering, the blue. And what you notice there is playing a creature adjacent to this Faeria will not net any resource. You have to actively move it to the adjacent tile. For example, I gain 3. And how you attack is you move to an adjacent tile. For example, his next turn, he could play a prairie here, move this Rebel Scout adjacent to my creature, and he would do 1 damage. Unless a creature specifically says strike back, or it's basically like spiky. I will not deal 2 damage back to him unless the card states. But what I'm going to do is drop a haste unit down and then attack. Oop, that was silly. What I should have done is moved him here and then attacked. Simple mistakes. And if you notice up here, this little timer, if you run out of time, you basically, I believe you lose. I'm not sure how that's figured in yet. I was playing one game where I was ahead. He only had maybe 4 or 5 life left on his orb. I ran out of time and I still lost. Here's the creature I was talking about. He's a 2/2, and he has strike back 2. When I attack him, he's able to hit me back for 2 damage. And then what I'm going to do here is I really want to keep him alive. Next turn, I'm going to try to force him to... Well, no. I really don't mind if this creature dies there. Draw a card. Okay, what I did there was basically give all my creatures +0/+1. And probably... I don't know if it affects structures. I probably should have tested that. Radiate 1. What is that? Whenever a fire wisp collects Faeria, your opponent's board loses 1 life. Yikes. The strike back's gonna kill me. But what I'll do is trade 1 for 1 and drop the fish. What's this? Cobalt Barracks. One power. Interesting. What to do? When fire wisp collects Faeria, I lose life. Trying to see radiate, but I keep hitting. There we go. At the end of your turn, this creature deals 1 damage to every adjacent creature your opponent controls. I'll move him here next turn and attack. I need 5 gold to drop him. What I did there is basically allow this fish 1 more turn. I don't know if it was the right choice or not, but here's the example of one of the creatures that I was talking about earlier. Can only be played at night. So you really have to plan ahead on when you want to drop them and where you want to drop them. And like I said earlier, the game reminds me a lot of Scrolls from Mohan, you know, creators of Minecraft, with a hex-based game platform. I mean, that's maybe the only really similarity. Fun game though. I mean, I've only played it maybe, like I said, 6 or 7 times, but I've always had a lot of fun with it. Need to get some creatures here. That works well. What's this? Haste. Whenever assassin attacks or collects Faeria, you lose 1 life. And I believe I only have 1 mountain currently, or 1 desert rather. I'm going to save him until I can get the warden up, and then I'll haste him down here, knock out the barracks, have the fish go up and kill that guy. It's the plan, at least. So do any of you own this game currently, or are you thinking about buying it? Are you in beta? Conquest. What's that? Whenever this creature enters an opponent's land, convert it. Alright, so I think this guy needs to go. What I'm going to do is and I can't place land here. That's where the Faeria is created. So I have to drop it here. Move him up here. Do 1. No, that's silly. I want to get the assassin buff to do. Well, no, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll lock the wisp down there so I can't benefit from the barracks. So there we go. I'll haste him up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move him over here. I need to get over here, I'm thinking. What I essentially want to do is lock him down, make sure the wisp doesn't benefit from his passives, make the barracks useless. Eventually I want to get back to his miners and limit his gold gain. Yeah, I don't know why he isn't using the passives coming down and just radiate to kill. He might be thinking that right here, this whenever it collects it, my orb loses 1 life. That's what he might be going for. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Forgot about the little fish. He needs some water. That'll be nice next turn. But next turn I'll be able to drop the beef guy. He kind of locked himself down. If he wants to play, he's got to drop him here. Oops. He has to drop him here and then potentially lose units. Or loop around one of these ways here. I kind of want to limit him on his Faeria gain here. Force him to either keep gaining gold or, like I said earlier, make him wrap around till you do anything. Depending if he plays a land here or not. I don't necessarily want to destroy the obelisk because he can move up his miner and take out the fish. What's that? Production gains 1 life if it has less than 5 life. Strike back 1. Okay. The reason I played the Flying Manta down here is it has flying charge too. As you can see, the blue hexagons where it can fly to, and since it has flying, it can move over water and land. And what I plan on doing is next turn getting these 3, and then jumping up to his lane and just bombarding his orb. I didn't realize I was blocking my down here when I was explaining it earlier. Like I said, you could create 1 prairie each turn, and then once per turn, you know, you place your lake, forest, mountain, desert. Oh, I was mistaken. I don't think it. Oh, cannot collect Faeria. I need to read. Now we'll drop the big guy. Then I'll use him with the warden to push top, like at the manta bottom. What do I need? I need some gold. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name Akrotar. I didn't read. I was too focused on the flying in charge and then completely skipped the rest of it. You'll notice me do that a couple times. And I think they did that because it'd be a really powerful card. Each turn, you know, you stick them here. Each turn, you bounce back and forth, and you control these two, provided they're uncontested. Yeah, definitely gotta learn the cards. Do you play it at all? Are you in the beta, or did you get into the Kickstarter? Do you enjoy it? All right. Nice.